Have you checked your SUDS lately? And no, I don't mean the soapy, bubbly kind. SUDS is an acronym for Subjective Units of Distress. It is a measurement scale that allows a person to place a numerical value on the level of discomfort they're experiencing. Everyone listening to this video has seen this in a form on a scale that's always present in a doctor's examination room. It's usually a little series of faces, and at zero, where that's where you're just happy as you can be, and it progresses up to 10, where that face is not a very happy face whatsoever. And it's a good way for an individual to put a numerical value on how they're feeling physically, as in pain, or emotionally as well. And I want to go on a tangent here just for a moment about that. We typically think of discomfort as being either physical or emotional. And there's a person that I admire a lot who's a pain psychologist, Dr. Rachel Zoffness, works out of the University of California in San Francisco School of Medicine. And I'm going to say this the way she says it because I like the way she says this, is it's not that pain is either physical or emotional. That's not a thing, never. Pain is always both physical and emotional. And the opposite side of that is also true. If you get into some very serious emotional states, there's also an element of pain associated sometimes with that. So I'll produce more on that idea here. And I'll also add a link where you can see some of Dr. Zoffness' YouTube videos on the subject. She has some excellent discussions on YouTube. Many of them are, a couple of hours long. It's just fantastic information. I'll link to a shorter version where you can see an introduction of what she's teaching in a matter of a few minutes. So the way that I'll use a SUD scale is I'll ask a client or someone, right now, give me a value between 0 and 10, where 0 is I'm just feeling great, and 10 is you're just not feeling very great at all. And give me that value now in a single number. I don't want to hear, maybe 4 to 6 or 5 or 6 or whatever. I want to come one number, and that's what you're going to stay with, So I'll ask for that number. If it's 6, it's 6. We'll go with that. Give me your best shot. This becomes a reference point for the moment on how they are feeling right now. And when we do an exercise or do a process, then we'll have that number to compare with another SUDS number after we finish that exercise to see the change that's been made due to the exercise. When I have a client in for a session, one of the first things I'll do is what I call triage for the 20s. It's where I'll teach one or two very simple exercises that can be used basically anywhere to help somebody relieve just a little bit of stress and anxiety, take that edge off. It's just so common today for us to have these little stressful moments, anxiety moments. One of my favorite exercises, the one that I usually go to first, is called the Physiological Sigh. The Physiological Sigh is an exercise that was worked up by researchers back in the 30s. It's been popularized here in recent days by Dr. Andrew Huberman. Dr. Huberman is a neuroscientist and professor at Stanford University School of Medicine. And like Dr. Zoffness, he's a fantastic science communicator. He's got a fantastic podcast and tons of material on YouTube. I'll post a link to his discussion of the physiological sigh if you'd like to go in deeper and learn how and why this works. But for my purposes here, let's just go through the process. And it's something that can create some quite palpable relaxation in just a matter of a few moments. Really like it. So first thing, let's take a SUDS reading, sort of scan our bodies, feel how you feel, and come up with that number, say 5, 6, whatever you're feeling at the moment, and jot that down someplace just so we have a reference point. Here's how it goes. And the way I like to visualize this is, and you've all seen this as well. Let's say you have a child and that child's been crying, maybe having a hissy fit, like we call it in the South, where they've really been crying their eyes out for a moment or two. And as they start to wind down from that cry, they'll do this double inhale sort of pattern, double inhale, then exhale. And it's sort of like this. They'll be crying, I'm crying, I'm not happy. And then I'm sort of relaxed now. And that, in effect, is a physiological sigh. So we're doing it purposefully now to get that relaxation feeling throughout our body. What you're going to do is, take a couple of, just relax. Take a couple of good breaths in, breathing out. And everybody says sort of you can breathe in through your nose, and breathe out through your mouth, and just sort of let that relaxation spread for a moment. And now as we get ready to do the physiological sigh, it's a sharp inhale through the nose, You can hold that just not even a second, and then take another, a little bit sharper on breath in through your nostrils on top of that first breath in. So it's like this. And you can breathe out through your nose. I'd rather not breathe out through my nose. I'd rather breathe out through my mouth. And you want to have that breath out to be nice and long, longer than the inhalations you took in first, but nice long exhale. And just let that relaxation spread through your body. So let's do 2 of those here. Ready? And again. And as I do that, I can feel just immediately my shoulders getting a little bit looser. I can feel a little bit of relaxation spread down my arms. I really like that exercise a lot. And if you do it occasionally, just 2 or 3 times, a little bit tense, something's going on, take a break for a moment, and do a couple of physiological sighs. You'll find it's just a great help to get you through your day. So we've talked about SUDs and Sighs. I am Jeff Ballard. I'm a hypnotist at Hoover Hypnosis. Let's talk soon.